Okay, I caught my breath. This is stressing me out. But we're doing okay. So I've got work to do to make that leap, but I think, yeah, I've got some work to do, but that's, it's something I'm going to keep refining it. But now we've gotten our enteric, our 1x4 enteric quadrant, I guess you would say, that has 4 distinct energies or narratives. Now, this is what makes, I think, the work that I'm doing different than so much work, because a lot of work is about polarities and twos, and this is about 4s. I mean, this is it's a 4-dimensional model. There's 4 distinct dimensions. So let me describe them to you. This corner right here, this piece of the Mobius ribbon, the origin story, or the story itself, is when God said, "Let there be light," and there was, and the light shone, and that's a wonderful story. This story down here, well, actually, no, let's go to this one over here, bottom right, which is kind of the second in the order of the Mobius. This is the Big Bang. This is the Big Bang that science talks about. This third one up here, I call the Immaculate Conception, and the last is the Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. And each of these narratives ends poorly, and of course it is the reason is because these are single dimensions, and they can only accomplish so much. Powerful though. Let there be light. Let there be light ends here in what I call, well, so these are the enteric dimensions, or the 4 enteric energies, which I also call which I call charm and warmth and mass and charge. But they, at this level, they all end badly. The light basically hits a wall, and it ends as a ghost. The Big Bang, finishes up here and ends as a black hole. The Immaculate Conception ends here with an empty nest, perhaps, or unborn. And the Garden of Eden, of course, ends, alone outside of the garden, or hell on earth. So these are, but and these are the stories, and they are the enteric energies, and their foreshadows, I guess you would call it. I like that term, foreshadows. So those are the stories. Now, and I can send you this sometime. I mean, it's something you can just you can kind of look at it and see it all kind of on a map. But the other thing that I want to do is I want to try, and it's going to be I'm not going to do it, but in the same way that we built the enteric system here, I want to kind of suggest how then we evolve to the next level. Using, I mean, but we only have, this is all we have to use. It's within the system that this evolution is taking place. So I'm not going to go into the detail here, and actually I don't necessarily understand it, but I want to show you. I think this is really quite clever. This part of the model that let's see. So boom, boom. Oh, sorry about this. Sorry, it's good. Boom. And then this goes here. Anyway, this is another way of representing the Mobius ribbon, and then we get the four distinct energies, the four energies or dimensions out of this. Now, anyway, if we, so these are, yeah, so with using this combines both the source and the divine, or the masculine and the feminine. There's ways to manipulate this, having to do with the 90-degree turn of the masculine and the 180-degree semicircle of the feminine. There's ways of looking. So when we get to the with the 1x4, we have only one distinct narrative, but then something happens, and we're able to take it to a second dimension, where we're able to combine two distinct narratives. And anyway, there's I don't know if this is correct, but this was something that I was kind of liking. This and I think this would be here. Anyway, this would be this is two-dimensional kind of reptilian model, I guess, and what happens when we do this variety of manipulations is we end up getting at this kind of second dimension, we end up getting, instead of 4 narratives, we end up getting eight qualities, and that's something else that I can send you, but I'll just sort of give you a sense. Just kind of falling back on Wilbur's quadrants like this, but we end up getting. I sometimes draw arrows we get these 8 distinct energies, and I call it individuality, harmony, virtue, satisfaction, authority, alliance, value, and order or competence. Anyway, these are reptilian qualities, I guess you would say, and it's interesting. It's interesting to play with this. In the same way that the enteric system gave us what I called 4 shadows, this reptilian system gives us the temptations, the 8 temptations, and my hope is that can be illustrated in these the way that these models or these pieces rotate and go together, that we're going to be able to see these temptations. But the temptations are turned into the 7 deadly sins, but I don't know. Well, let's see. There it is. So the temptations, I have them as lust or fornication, vainglory, sorrow or sloth, gluttony, wrath, or also anger, greed, avarice, and pride as the temptations. So then there's a further turn, an additional complexity. One other thing that's really interesting is this also plays in to the I Ching in the 8 what do they call them, triads, but they look like anyway, and it's actually quite elegant how beautifully it connects. When we get to the 3rd level, it's similar. It's a similar complex manipulation, all within the model. So we're not just. I mean, everything's kind of evolving, and I hope to be able to illustrate it using these pieces right here. I think I might be able to, and then we get to now we're in a limbic system. So in this limbic system, it is well. Here in this one, we have 1 dimension within each quadrant. Here we have 2 dimensions within each quadrant. Now we have 3 dimensions within each quadrant. And instead of giving us 8 qualities, it gives us 12. It gives us 12 because at each in each we have a choice of 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3. So these kind of 3 different 3-dimensional objects within each quadrant. So it's quite it works out quite nicely to look at these 12 limbic pieces. I don't know, limbic, what would we call them? Limbic qualities, limbic, I don't know, 3x4s or threes. Yeah, threes in the sense of THREES. But anyway, these 12 correspond beautifully to the 12 astrological constellations and signs, and it's actually quite elegant. And then, just like with each of these other systems, there are the shadow pieces of each one of these, which I call the aberrations. And I think that there's going to be some great value in making those connections with the signs, the limbic signs and their corresponding aberrations, in order to understand disease. And that's something I'm working on and having fun with, and I'll send you at some point kind of the limbic map, or the limbic model, and the corresponding aberrations. But it's a place where I think we can understand how to heal ourselves and others, and the world for that matter. The world, and I'm going to pause it again just because I want to make sure it's recording, and then I'm going to wrap it up.